here we go. We're flagellant hunting again. We still haven't run into death either, which is something to note. Very excited for when death shows up, but seems like they may be maybe harder to come by than not. Looks like this is all unlocked.
Memory is the heart that warms the mind.
I don't think we have any... Oh, we do have a memory slot here on our flagellant for obvious reasons. Combat start, 20% chance of dodge. Seems like it could be interesting. None of these are super exciting. I mean, 3% crit is always good. I'm between Lucky Break and Lesson Learned here, and I kind of feel like it should be Lesson Learned. We don't have any other... Yeah, we don't have any others. And then I am a little torn with who we should take to this encounter. Dots definitely play well here, so we could bring Innie Jr. out. But I guess for now, combat start I think benefits you pretty minorly. I don't think I like the idea of speed on the flagellant, so let's go Lesson Learned.
A fleeting impression, a flickering light.
Let's make sure everything's unlocked here, and then the Timeless Wood, the top is all unlocked there.
The harder they will fight.
All the items are recollected, everything is done here, all 300 candles are spent. All right, I think we're good to go then. I think we are good to go. All right, our pool of reflection grows larger.
As fleeting as a dying star.
So I'm thinking this is the first time we're going to break out a path. You need some burnination today? All right, we can get some of that going. We're also potentially going to be putting the hurt on ourselves. Obsession is always a little painful. But the cycle must flow. How's it going, Rob? How are you doing today?
As the night wore on, circles were drawn carefully in chalk, and salt was laid upon the floor. This was not research, it was ritual, and I could not stifle my repulsion. The crossroads.
The crossroads.
Where lost souls hope to find their way.
So let's take a look. I want to take a moment to get to know the flagellant paths a bit better. So we have the Maniac, Sacrifice and Sensation of the Last. Sacrifices blight potency in favor of flexible positioning, debuffs, and disruption. Then we have the Examine It, low health, grants great potency to blight and buff alike. And then we have the Scourge. So none of these affect more. That's kind of what I was wondering. I kind of thought that there would be a tank spec, a role that revels in divesting others of their burdens. Toxic state grants new effects. It affects Deathless, Suffer, Lashes, Gift, and Sepsis. Whereas this one, low health grants great potency to blight and buff alike. I don't really love the new setup for these, if I'm being honest, because I find it very difficult to determine the changes, because it says it changes these abilities. So now I have to remember Punish, Acid Rain, Sepsis, and Lashes Gift. Some of which I don't even have yet. So that's going to be Weakening. There's Deathless. Increases your damage. Or no, that's damage done to self. Yeah, I haven't really figured out the paths yet. And this may not be the run. So this one, Lashes Gift changes. Yeah, so this one, Lashes Gift changes. Let's look at that. So this is self-heal, remove all negative tokens, remove combo. So wait, are these remove all negative tokens, remove combo from the target? I think. Wait, requires self to be below 20% HP. Man, this is, it's so tough to read these new path designs. So let's see. This one says low health grants great potency to blight and buff alike. Let's try the exanimate. We'll see how that goes.
An undying blight upon the
Then I think we are gonna go with some arsonist life. We won't pick up controlled burn, but we will pick up dragonfly. Then I don't think we're going to take out our Plague Doctor this time. So the question is, I mean, do we go Vestal? I feel like the Vestal is kind of slow for the eye. And we could go full shuffle, bring the Grave Robber out. That's a spicy decision. And then maybe we could bring Moth out. Get a shuffle comp with you. All right, we need to get Sepsis Undying and Necrosis unlocked. This'll be interesting. I don't know if this is a great team, but it is a team. And interestingly, the game is not giving me any information about naming. I don't know if this is a great party, but we'll see. Oh, did I get all the paths right, I wonder? I probably did. We are going to have a Virtuoso, I think, which is fine.
The flame, sacred and sputtering.
Sir Farquaad is Nightsworn, which I'm okay about because it benefits lunge and pirouette. But yeah, we're going to try and do some shuffling in the back ranks. We are really low on HP. This may be a very spicy run. Or we may have some new heroes for our next run. God, Sir Farquaad has so few hit points.
Even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
Spreading damage here is probably not the play, but... Oh, I do need to get more and more on the board. That would be wise. Our tank should have a taunt. Let's see, you're taking 5, you have 6, so let's push you over. You're taking 4, you're already roasted. I think we can afford to lunge here. Not the lunge I was looking for, but that's okay.
Early results are encouraging.
Now we have to watch this, watch where this lands. Oh, I do have more and more on the board. Okay. Let's get that going, get a bit of healing going. Just kidding. So how does Encore play with Pirouette? I'm kind of wondering. Seemingly well. Oh, so the bleed procs pain too, and then presumably the punish will as well? Yeah, okay, and then you get a nice little heal out of it. Interesting. Okay, I kind of dig that. I don't really want to take damage here because we're likely not going to get a chance to do much more. I don't think Ransack is the attack we want on... Well, I mean, for being able to dodge around, maybe we do. Oh, Cinco! Thank you so much for the donation. Cinco donated $5, and I appreciate it a great deal. Those don't show up on my main board yet. I need to get that sorted. But yeah, it's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Sorry, I was a little slow on the draw with that one, but that is too kind.
Lower your guard.
Ooh, right off the bat. Oh, the Tarfield Columbre is this. Interesting. Oh, this is not a great team for taking out the librarian, if I do say so myself.
The provinces and cantrevs of our land, crumbling and undone.
We're passable at killing the general, I think, but not great.
One learns quickly when survival demands it.
So there's temptation to just go for Firefly because we get so much burn out of it, and against the general that will be pretty huge. It's a bad upgrade long term for us though. What do you have in the Provisioner? Let's see. We're not going to use the Shambler spawn this time. Scouting gear could be interesting. Debuff could be interesting. Certainly with the items that we have here. You beat Act 5 over the weekend. Such a fun game. Any tips for using Runaway and Grave Robber? I find them to be super underwhelming. I think Grave Robber with high crit can be pretty solid. And I think Runaway, it's just all about that dot life. I don't think we're going we're not going with those right away here. So if we're going to general, I think we buy the linseed oil. That takes the pressure off a bit. And then what is our flagellant speed? 3. So we'd have to slow them down a bit if we want to get reverberating redoubt pumping. Hey, Mardo, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I have a lot of fun making those videos for sure. Let's see. This is... So if we wanted to go aggro, like if we were going for Librarian, I'd upgrade probably Poison Dart and Acid Rain. But I'm kind of glad we're not going for Librarian, if I'm being honest. We have a decent amount of... We have a decent amount of burn. I mean, I do think it is dot plays here. I think we can get away without... We can get away without upgrading more for the moment. Robbie, thank you so much. You are too kind, Rob. You are too kind. Yeah, it went live a while back, but yes, donations are now live, and thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. Poison Zombie Boy just chilling by the fire, decomposing peacefully. It is the good life. It is the good life. Let's grab Firefly, because it will do good work, and then I think let's be safe and get Inspiring Tune-Up. I think for now we do need to pick a pet still. The Shrieker is just good. I think this team likes the Shrieker a lot, so we'll grab it.
Investment in roads
and then traveled. For the general, the Ichor Bomb isn't bad, so I'm gonna pick it up. Some food is tempting, but I kind of think the Adrenaline Tonic might be better to pick up, and then none of the trinkets are really doing anything. We do have a scouting gear. Let's grab that.
Anything that lets us travel further is worth the cost.
Because that will mean we have a little more crit. We've already spent our mastery. No real relationship building to get done here. I'm going to pick up the Warhorn just to try and accelerate things, and I'm going to pick up 1 food because T-Hunter is going to be taking a lot of abuse for the rest of our team. I will try this. I don't think... Well, are we going to have any way to make you stealth at the moment? All you are is miss the mark and off guard. Kind of nightmarish. The oddly tuned loot is interesting, but I think let's just get rocking and rolling. We don't really care about the goal. All right, let's hope we don't get killed by the general right off the cuff. And I'm gonna save that to see if we come up with some stealth enabler for Innie Jr. All right, show me the money. Okay, creature den right off the bat feels pretty good. I think, did we have a... So we can hit the creature den, then which do we have here? Time-worn volumes, scary song. Okay, so we can't mess up going to the general if we desire to. And then we have formless sculpture. Yeah, this creature den is very strong. We don't have great great dot removal, but let's see. We have more. Yeah, we're going for a tank build, so we'll keep Lash's gift. All right. This is going to be interesting though. This is going to be interesting. We have a pretty glass cannon-y team. It's going to be interesting to see how they all play together. I think we go for the encore here and try and blow this guy up before he causes too many problems. Typhoid coming in quick. Yeah, Cinco, it really is. It's there's a lot of frustration from my perspective with the way that the new path system works. I like the fact that they're experimenting. I like the fact that they're trying new things, but it also does feel really a bit impenetrable at times. Nicely done. The heal we're going to get right here is going to be stupid large. 18 wasn't that big, but I guess we don't have the improvement yet. This is going to be a fun team. It may also be a dead team when we get to the focused fault, but it's going to be fun in the meantime. Yes, the flagellant is the healer and the tank. Although we do have Innie trying to do some, but you know, healing is overrated. Famous last words type of thing. Those there. You're our fastest person. But yeah, I don't know. We're just trying new things. Hey, Pit Viper, welcome. Let's see. We have pretty good scouting already. I wouldn't say that I'm too excited about picking up some more. We don't need a wagon wheel. Let's do this. Some more combat items are always good before you run into the general.
Abandoned or forgotten.
Toxic Ichor. I will probably use that.
When deliberation is exhausted.
I like the creature den here. The creature den could get a little scary, if I'm being honest.
Ahead, a bestial refuge.
A bestial refuge.
With bones and less identifiable remains.
We could hit him with the acid rain. I don't think that's that useful. Let's Let's hit him with the double, hit this back guy to avoid the crit. We'll just do 2 poison darts real quick like. Set up the taunt. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm excited to see if oh my gosh, miss the mark is gonna be a killer. I can already tell. But yeah, Jinx on our Flagellant is fun, so I hope we can make something work with that. Ooh yeah, blind, unbothered. Now let's see, we're gonna have, if we land anything with Innie Jr., we're gonna take her out, no problem.
An unavoidable end. Malaise, measured and steady.
Oh, landing that's big, nice. No, the Collector did not get introduced. They said that that's coming in a future update, so. Now this is interesting because I don't really want, I guess it doesn't matter at this point in the festivities, but I was gonna say I don't really want you moved back. I'm gonna go fishing for this last stress, likely from there. You can go ahead and poke a corpse. Now, I don't have Endure, and we missed the 75% there. I think you're probably... we have a little bit of time. Hey, Treasure! I mean, you know, we're living our best life. Oh, the fact that you're going first means we don't want to take that last stress if we can avoid it. We probably want to have our stress consolidation move on our...
Let it die.
On our Flagellant. But I guess I also just realized, yeah, so it's +2 looted quantity of baubles, not relics. I was thinking relics. I thought we were rich, but we are instead bauble rich. Let's make sure there's nothing else to equip here. I mean, a little bit of strength is probably good for business. Hopefully this isn't too, this is going to be a little rough just because we have good bleed healing, if nothing else.
The enemy weakens and wanes. Fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
We probably should have Deathless on the Flagellant. Hey, Rose.
Agony.
Hey, how you doing? I kind of like that, honestly. Don't mind that one bit. That should get you roasted, extremely roasted, in fact. I still want to see... I'm trying to figure out how the Encore plays with... Oh, she just keeps resisting the stun. That's pretty spectacular. I do want to get our Jester back to rank 3 for reasons. Let's see. You're already dead. I don't really want to suffer this over, especially since we don't have a lot of dot cures at the moment. But getting the Inspiring Tune off would be big. Finishing this off right here. This guy's going to die immediately. We don't really want to kill this guy. We just want to put some damage in. We want this guy to survive because we want to get a stress heal off on our flagellant before we go too much further. And then with the taunt up, we'll be in much better shape for a quick dispatching of this guy in the next round. It's a bummer that we have that, but... I don't see... This is the moment where I don't really want to finish this guy off. Yeah, we're gonna take a beat here. Let's yank this dot over. Okay, so now if we can finish on the first hit there, that's kind of ideal for us. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a rocky start here. Oh, I can't target the front line with smokescreen. Is kind of annoying. Let's start stripping some of that away.
Squandered.
Okay, we have Encore. I kind of like the idea of a pirouette into something here. Oh, you work at a bar and the AC is broken? That is decidedly unpleasant, Rose. I am sorry. Okay, let's stack up that more a little more. And that makes me feel relatively safe with this fight. We're not going to have too many uncontrolled hits. I thought we had 3 taunt tokens there. Well, you're certainly going to heal bigly. How do I get rid of 9 trillion tokens, game? Hey, Sim, how's it going? Okay, we don't have pirouette right now, so this is high chance to crit. Ooh, missed the 60%er there. If this lands, it'll be really nice because it'll spread more fire around. We're gonna get a massive heal off here. So I think... I mean, we're probably... With the current setup, we're probably better just stripping this, because the chances of us hitting are very low. Okay, we did anyways, but... Nice dodge. Yeah, we kind of need a reverberating redoubt here, I'm realizing. You're constantly weak. I'm not entirely sure why, but...
A simple variable, easily resolved.
We certainly have a lot of blinds to dole out here. We have Lash's gift, right? We should probably make sure that we get to use that. Yeah, we do. Okay. We're getting too much healing from more and more, I think.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
That works. Self-heal 10%. I mean, this removes all negative tokens. That's kind of exciting, but not much of a heal there. And we ended up getting a crit token, which is very interesting. I would say this is probably not the correct spec. Tried to fix it, but I saw the problem.
In this weighty gloom,
Somebody put a brick in the fan? Oh my. That doesn't seem very good. Alright, a little bit of stress heal is good here. All right. Innie gets their goal sorted out. Hurrah, hurrah. And then... Do we have anyone who's a hydrophobe right now? Wrong. I'm looking in the wrong place. All right, let's see. No, 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 no. So we could hit up the Oasis. It would be Oasis into Time Worn, rewards books and quirks, unique trinket and quirks for the scary song. This has got to be the drone pipe. If we go off to the right, we'd have to do 2 academic studies in a row. Okay, so if we go to the Oasis, we're locked in to this, to this, to this. I mean, it's early enough that the books could be good. And picking up some mineral-rich spring water, given our team comp, I think could be really useful. Let's do it.
Though decidedly inconvenient. At least
you are a virtuoso at the moment. Oh man, that was a brutal -2 there out of nowhere. That is not where bricks go, Ryan. Not in the least.
Empowered, emboldened.
Making quick work of this fight. Oh, you're the flagellant. Man, no, you're an exanimate this time around. Which means that Acid Rain is now... has +2 Blight dealt when there's combo. And then Punish... Same deal, +2 Blight dealt. And then Sepsis we don't have yet, unfortunately. And Lash's Gift removes all negative tokens. Wow, surprised that landed. We have just so many negative tokens at the moment. Let's see, I don't want to get the kill here. So let's just do that so we take a bit more damage. We'll get a nice big heal out of it. Yeah, so I don't think the Exanimate build is the tank spec. I find it very hard to determine which is which, but it seems like we've actually nerfed your self-healing, which could come back to bite us. Famous last words. Well, we're gonna be bauble rich. It doesn't, that's not what it says. It says low health grants great potency to blight and buff alike. So that's why I was like, oh, buffs. Heck yeah. But... all right, show me the money. Yep, we don't need the stress healing, so the mineral-rich spring water is going to be really nice for us.
Abandoned or forgotten. It is ours now.
Yeah, and then we're going to go... it's going to be double academic study. The nice thing is we're picking up a book early, so... The value of picking up a book early is the likelihood of ending up in a region where you actually get to utilize the book is much higher. I didn't need that wheel anyways.
A place of research and inquiry.
Let's see. Positive quirk here. What is Moth? Moth could use a positive quirk. I don't really care about the books, I don't think. Let's get a positive quirk. Let's see what comes of this. Tactical Thinker. Ooh. That is a spicy quirk right there. We like that a lot.
These seasoned soldiers.
We're gonna go to the academic study because we want the lair.
Prevent the cult's descent from the mountain.
And this one is going to be a unique trinket. I think the obsidian drone pipe is it's the obsidian drone pipe and the rousing recorder are the two that you can get from here. Yes, books are the bane of everyone's existence, but scrolls are the best of all, Ryan. We love burning a good scroll. Let's see. So, trinket versus positive quirk. Innie could use a positive quirk. The obsidian drone pipe is good, not great. But maybe for this party it's pretty decent. We get some high rolls off of it. But another good positive quirk could be good as well. Yeah, Tactical Thinker is a good one for keeping for sure. We don't have a lot of trinkets. Let's grab the trinket this time. This should be Obsidian Drone Pipe, I believe. Oh, or Astroglass Flute. Ooh, yeah. For a little extra stress control, we love that, actually. Doesn't really matter where we put it. We're very short on stuff. We do have the linseed oil. Have we picked up any other interesting combat items? We have. Wow, actually a lot. Let's see. I think I'll keep the adrenaline tonic as a just in case me.
Until it becomes an excuse for inaction.
But the pyrotechnic dazzlers, as much as I like the idea of just getting some strength out of the gate, I think we'll swap those two for this fight. And then what else do we want to do? I think I will sacrifice Harvest for Slice Off. I think Deathless is a good idea to have handy. Keep all that for when we get Walking Death. All right. Thank you, Treasure Hunter. Thank you. And then I'm going to swap. I mean, Absinthe is very tempting here. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to leave Absinthe on, but I should swap Absinthe for Dead of Night.
This is a den of absolute evil and wretchedness.
All right. I don't know how the general's going to go. This could be a very bad general for us. I'm pretty sure.
Within every keep, a general and his loyal lumbering guard.
The blinds are really steaming me, I must say. Like we are. What are the chances of? It's gonna take a minute here. Turn start blind 10%, and you have 2 blinds. Can we not? Well, there's Astroglass Flute doing its best. Into toxic behavior. Nice. 4, 5. All right, we do this. Wait, so I must be misreading this. Hold on, we'll wait until they're done with their vicious assault. So I just did an Acid Rain, and it has combo. Okay, so it's not a +2 blight. It is just 2 blight that is happening with Acid Rain, which is not really very exciting. There's not a lot of harm to moving you forward, I don't think. We don't want to move you too far back, but this will still give us, we can still do, can we more here? Oh, we can't. Ah, okay. Need to be careful then. That's a bit suboptimal. Hey, Fonzie, how goes it? Welcome, welcome, welcome. One and all. I mean, we're good at these things. +2 to a single tick. It is very ambiguous to me, because this just says I can't tell what part is the when target is comboed. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, so we could use it now, right? And it's only 2. Right? So if it was If it was even to a single tick, it would have been 4 there. So that's a little baffling. Let's see. Do we want to do any healing up? Anything else? Oh, is it also 50%? If HP less than 50 and the target is comboed? Good gracious, that's a lot of... It looks like it's +2 damage if low HP and. So maybe that's it. Love the crit. Any value to letting our flagellant go? I don't think so. More crit is good. Yeah, it looks like it's +2 damage when low HP and. So, go figure. Put in as much work as we can on this guy. He's a little scarier than he used to be. The lack of crits there was a bit of a shame. It really is quite unpleasant, Cinco. Quite unpleasant indeed. We have a really hard time with riposte, I feel like. This is going to be a little tricky to deal with. Okay, we'll roll the dice here. Nice. No crit. Almost got there. We'll do that. That gets us up to that, so we get the full heal off of it. Good target selection. Oh, and the Jinx reapplies the blind. Love to see that.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Does feel that way a little bit, doesn't it, Treasure? Good news for us. Gosh, we're missing all our crits here.
Agony by accumulation. A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
So I think we should more into Deathless next turn, because then the damage that we take is recouped, and we also have control over these guys. The bleed is still lasting long enough, so that's good news. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need to swap order. Yeah, you're gonna be face tanking a lot, so. I mean, is there any reason not to hit you with the Cauterize? Yeah, probably. The blind is probably more useful here. There's the crits. Where have those been all our life? So here's what I was talking about. So now I can Deathless here. And we'll take damage, which will then get immediately healed up. Oh yeah, I forgot this guy doesn't die. Although he has had his death blow resist greatly reduced. Still at 50%. Okay, maybe it wasn't reduced as greatly as I thought it was. Okay. Well, if you hit the 50-50, you hit the 50-50, right? Oh, we did let the bleed fall off. That was a bit of a blunder, a bleedy blunder. So it's all your healing reduced, both self and targeted. Yes, Cinco. For everyone, there is a debuff when your Death's Door gets hit. That reduces it. So over time, you are less likely to survive. I think in this particular case, we slow roll this a tiny bit. So we can get one more Deathless here. And then... Ooh, that didn't heal us up as much as I wanted it to. This is going to be a fun general. It does feel that way to me also, Treasure. Are you below 20? You're probably not. Oh, man. Alright, this general's going to be rough. And the lack of reverberating redoubt is going to reverberate in the back of my head for a long time here. Alright, let's do it. I'm genuinely very nervous about this fight.
He has retreated, undying, into a dream. And there he must stay.
How? So I don't fully understand this. How are we starting with 2 blind every time? Like, I understand that we're supposed to, like, miss the mark is turn start 1 blind, but that shouldn't give us... Oh, it's the typhoid, isn't it? Yes, it is the typhoid. All right. There we go. I figured it out. Yeah, the blind came from typhoid. Thank you for that. Okay, good that that landed. So we're in full rushdown mode here. That's the... We are in full rushdown mode. Do I set up the taunt here? I don't even know that I do. I think I just... Resist there felt bad. I am realizing now that I've made a terrible mistake by putting our blinded person with the need to reduce growth. Let's see who that works on. But we're getting some good lands of that. That's also not where we want the growth to be landing. Or not the growth we wanted to push back is what I should say. Yeah, Acid Rain will help a bit, Cinco, for sure. I'm not going to use a linseed oil now, I don't think. Try and get those blinds off and hope that they don't come back. Now I think we more. So we can get a little bit of healing off. Hate to see that growth strangle there. This is a 50-50 that we get her back. That's obnoxious. That's why I don't like doing the strategy. All right, we know where the Walking Dead is landing, but losing a turn here is very bad for business. We can use Acid Rain to get the last of the growth, but that was some very bad RNG on our part. We really don't want to be losing turns on any. Yeah, indeed, any. Good emoji work there. Some of your finest. I am going to Absinthe here because we know we have Walking Dead coming in, and I want to maybe get a dodge because I'm worried that this is going to kill her otherwise. Yes, more works with self-damage. 100%. I'm gonna fully push back because we're awaiting the walking death here. A little nervous that our flagellant may just flat out get obliterated here. Okay. Yep, that's the thing that I'm worried about. Very nice. Didn't land the dodge either, which is a shame. I don't really want to... I don't want to put... I want to get the biggest burns that we can here. Actually, maybe This is a tough choice. We're gonna get a self heal here, so I think we hold off. Actually, the heal back here might have been the wise move. So Lash's gift is a tiny heal now. Let's do the big heal.
A foothold out of this mire. Now climb.
Let's more. Try and take some of the heat. Yeah, the stress is getting to be a little spicy. Man, the creeping growth rolls have been like super stacky. I was gonna say, the worst case scenario is we get the kill on that first hit, and surprise, surprise.
Until the next test is put before
It's a pretty middling set of stuff that we got there.
The loathing
But
of Bates.
we'll work on doing some stress healing and hopefully righting the wrongs. I think Clenching Claws is at least hilarious with T-Hunter. Don't really care about your damage being reduced. All right, now we have to clean things up. Greenpeace activism, and we're gonna immediately be going into a cultist fight. That's an interesting one. Do we have? Let's get some mineral-rich spring water deployed. We can remove some blind that way. But we'll do that, and I'm going to use most of this. I want to clean up our stress. Oh, I forgot to switch Dead of Night back in, but Altar of Obsession means our blinds do nothing, and we're going to end up with lots of taunt tokens where we don't want them. Let's see. Get you de-typhoided. Oh, we're not in heal range yet. That's a shame. I think we got to get the altar. If these altars hang around, bad things happen. All right, well, maybe now we can absinthe for a little bit of a heal. Let's see. If you lose 3 stress, you're at 4. I think that's okay. We don't need these anymore because we've done what we needed to do. So let's just get that going. Ooh, right on 5 now. Let's get rid of your blind, and then unfortunately we can only do this here. I kind of want to leave you in the front ranks, so let's do it this way. Don't like that we can't use that. Well, how much is Absinthe going to heal for here? With you in the back rank, it's not as important, but famous last words. This baby's probably going to kill our grave robber. This is a lot of abuse to take all at once here.
Steady yourself.
But hopefully the more gives us some good healing. This is going to be a long fight. We're not putting out a lot of damage right now. No value to the linseed oil.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
See, we're about to get a 30% heal. That's probably not enough to justify... Well, we're better off using Deathless, I think. Let's do this to get some stress off on you. And then... We'll hit you that way.
Impeccably timed.
Yeah, we get a decent heal there. Get the blind off there. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? Ugh, man, the endless taunt tokens on these fights are... this altar is perhaps the most annoying altar because it purges blind and it purges blind and it gives taunt, which is just like... it's a nasty combination. No Cinco. I haven't loaded up the torches. I'm kind of hoping that we get the flagellant unlocked one of these days. Cough, cough. It feels a little ridiculous that we still haven't. More. We don't really need the healing. Let's do this. Always dangerous saying words like "we don't need the healing," but. No, the limit is the 3 stacks that we have gotten a couple times here. So, yeah, we have Hero Shrine story beats to unlock still, which I'm hoping to do with the Flagellant, because right now we're kind of seeing like only a partial glimpse of what the Flagellant is capable of. Sadly, that only gets rid of the stress, not the horror. You'd think mineral-rich spring water could have a little more laudanum flavoring added in. We have also not met death yet, which is kind of baffling to me, if I'm being honest. Like, how long do I have to wait before I can meet death? Absinthe does very little here.
A miscalculation, perhaps.
Let's see. Let's give you a heal. Our Flagellant's getting some decent healing all on their own. I really wish I had Dead of Night instead of Absinthe at the moment. We have more activated, so let's get the last stack of more. We get the pain, we get the heal. Okay. Little corpse clear would go a long way. This is Confession 3, the Focused Fault. Easy to get a kill here if we want it. But I think what we do instead is we hit you with the Encore and then we toss the bleed, our last Cauterize here. The Flagellant's pretty cool. I like what they've done. For sure. I'm excited to see their full kit and start to understand their paths, because we've been talking about it a bit. I think the current structure of how they reveal paths is very, very hard to at a glance understand the identity of a path. So I'm not thrilled about that, but yeah, I mean, we may have a party wipe the first time we run into death. I don't really know how mean death is or anything like that, but this is a very... 3 mastery for this region feels bad. I don't know which confessions death is and is not active, but I believe champions are now available in Act 3, so the answer should be yes. All right, let's get a songbook of touching dirges in the inn. I would like that very much. We do need a hospital. Sir Farquaad, ooh, what is Pain Box? Flagellant, plus 15% damage, 33% resist piercing, 1 duration, 1 blight dealt. Wow. Pain Box seems bananas. Cuckoo bananas. So Cinco, the deal is that the Flagellant traded eternal life or his corruption and is essentially defying death now. And so as a result, Songbook of Touching
wealth
Dirges.
no
In fact,
longer
2
has
of them.
meaning.
We'll probably buy both of them. So what that
indeed it
means
ever
is
did.
that the flagellant is actively defying death, and death is chasing the flagellant, which is very interesting. Where are we going?
Every road
We're
a
going
winding
to
torment.
the sluice. If HP less than 20,
turn,
more damage, punish,
bent on
steals
our
tokens. I think we're going to the sluice, even though I do really want... I want to sprawl, but I don't really want to sprawl with a heat wave. That's a bad combo. So I think we're going to do that.
Abandoned waterways.
And then 2
Now
songbooks
the
of Touching
followers, you
Dirges.
rats.
Big money, no whammies. Yes, a Faustian bargain indeed. Okay, that was a big net positive there. That's going to get... all the stress is going to get erased that way. All right, our relationships look pretty good.
Learn what can be taught. That you may
Yes,
stand
Clenching
just
Claws
a
and
little
Jinx on
taller
the
at
tank are big money. We're doing some weird stuff. We're doing some weird stuff. The Assay Gear seems like an easy take here. Is Assay Gear luxury equipment, as a side note? It's Tinkerers. Okay.
Each improvement, a new variable in the equation of your fate.
So we can do that, but we are ideally looking for scouting gear. We got road gear. We do have scouting gear. Field hospital locations for 20 baubles, since we are quite bauble rich. Ooh, Shrine Map 2. I think we pick up both of these. We're getting crit out of them, and
Reconfigure.
I don't care
Each
that much
challenge
about the
on
wagon
its own
jack.
terms.
Now, we're locking ourselves in place. This is an
Let
interesting...
them know us by our reputation.
This is an interesting conundrum for our shuffle comp. Because I think it means that this has to be our order, which means that unfortunately Firefly is no longer getting used, but Dragonfly will become spammable. Let's see. I think upgrading more is a very good idea. I think that needs to happen. I think we can upgrade Lunge. We don't need Pirouette on the board anymore. And then if you're in slot 3, I mean, we can use Razor's Wit. I think we use Razor's Wit and we upgrade Dragonfly. Yeah. Okay. So if we need to apply combo, we'll go that way. It's not... This is not optimal. We've spent some mastery that we probably didn't want to spend. And then where does this bleed trinket go? I think someone else is, like, getting vulnerable. Yeah, let's give you the Footman's Grog instead. And then we'll just leave that. The Astroglass Flute can go on anyone, so we'll put that back here. And we have 54, but we know we're going to scout hospitals. So I think we save our money. Well, we're going into the sluice. Okay, I'm going to buy the smoke bombs. And I'm going to buy 1 adrenaline tonic. Wait, we already have 1 adrenaline tonic here. Okay, we just took that off apparently. We don't care about that. So let's put that there. We'll put that there. We'll keep that there. And then, yeah, I think we want to buy 1 adrenaline tonic. And I'm also going to buy the Ichor Bomb because I think we're probably... We're going to try and go to the librarian. So the ablative powder, I think it's worth picking up now. We'll see. That might be a mistake, but it's gonna depend. Let's head to the sluice. Foodless.